still echoes with your laughter, even though the lights are low. There's a picture on the mantle from a life I let go. You never asked me for forever, you only asked me not to run. But I was chasing shadows when I should have stayed with the one. You gave me all the reasons, I gave you all my fears. If I had stayed, would we be dancing in the dark tonight? Would your hand still fit in mine like it did under candlelight? If I had known what love was really worth, I would have held you closer instead of leaving first. You said love doesn't need perfection, just two hearts brave enough to try. But I was scared of falling, so I let us slowly die. And now I see it clearly through the quiet of these years. You were never asking for promises, you were asking me to be here. You gave me all your honesty, I gave you half my heart. If I had stayed, would we be stronger than the storm outside? Would we have built 1,000 dreams instead of letting them slide? If I had known what love was really worth, I would have fought beside you instead of walking first. I don't blame you for moving on, I don't blame you for the tears, I only blame the silence that grew between the years. If love was patient, you were proof. I just didn't know how to choose. If I had stayed, I would have loved you without pride. I would have stood beside your heart instead of standing on my side. If there's a chance in this wide open world, I won't be afraid this time to love you like you deserve. If I had stayed, maybe we'd still be dancing in the dark tonight. You said love was simple, just two hearts holding tight. But I kept building walls even when you held me every night. You never asked for diamonds, you never asked for gold. You only wanted honesty, but I was scared to let you close. You were steady like the ocean, I was drifting with the tide. I was afraid to stay, afraid to need you that much, afraid that if I gave my heart, it wouldn't be enough. You were brave with love, I was hiding from the truth. I didn't leave because I stopped loving you. You call love a shelter, I called it a storm. But maybe I was running from finally being warm. If I could stand before you now with nothing left to hide, I'd tell you love was never wrong, I was just terrified. I'm not afraid to stay, not afraid to need you now. If there's still a spark between us, I'll find a way somehow. You were right about love, I was wrong about fear. If you can hear me tonight, I'm finally here. I'm not afraid to stay. It's been 10 years since that December when we stood out in the cold. You said love was worth the struggle, I said I wasn't sure. We were young and restless, full of plans we couldn't keep. You believed in forever, I believed in leaving quietly. I thought time would make it easier, but it only made it clear. 10 years later, I still remember your eyes, the way you said my name, like it would never die. 10 years later, through every road I've known, I never found a love that felt like home. I've been places you imagined, I've seen cities we once dreamed, but every crowded room I enter still feels incomplete. You said love was patient, I didn't understand. Now I see what you were building when you reached for my hand. You were always thinking forward, I was only thinking free. 10 years later, I finally see your heart. You weren't trying to hold me back, you were trying to start a life we could grow into, a world we could become. I thought love meant losing, but you were the one. If I could meet you on that corner where we said goodbye, I wouldn't turn away this time, I wouldn't let you cry, I would tell you stay. We'll learn together, we'll find our way. 10 years later, if destiny is kind, maybe love like ours doesn't leave it hides. And if you ever wonder if I still care, 10 years later, I'm still there. 10 years later, thought I wanted answers, promises carved in stone. But all I ever asked for was not to feel alone. You tried to be unbreakable, you tried to stand so tall, but love was never asking you to carry it all. You said you weren't ready, you said you were afraid. I never needed perfect, I never needed strong. I just needed honesty to know where we belong. You didn't have to conquer every fear inside, you only had to let me stand there by your side. I never needed perfect, I just needed you. You thought love meant forever, spoken loud and clear, but sometimes love is quieter. It simply stays right here. When you pulled away from me, I felt it in your touch, not the absence of your love, but the weight of loving too much. You were scared of breaking, I was scared you'd go. I never needed perfect, I never needed gold. I would have stayed beside you through every high and low. You didn't have to save me from storms we never knew. I was always willing to face them all with you. I never needed perfect, I just needed truth. If you thought I wanted glory, you never saw my heart. I wasn't chasing fairy tales, I was ready from the start. Love was never heavy until you tried to run. It could have been so simple if you let it be one. I never needed perfect, I never needed pride. I would have held your trembling hands and stayed there through the night. You didn't have to fight alone, you didn't have to prove anything to earn my love. It was already you. I never needed perfect, I just needed you. And I still do.
The lights are low, the room is quiet, your hand is trembling in mine. We don't need words to say it, we've crossed too many lines.
I used to think love was fragile, like something we could lose. But standing here beside you, I know what I would choose.
We've walked through doubt and distance, we stood in silent rain.
But somehow every broken road led us here again.
When we move as one, nothing feels undone.
Every step we take feels like coming home.
cage my soul.
But loving you has shown me it makes the broken whole.
You never had to promise a world without goodbye.
I only needed honesty, and you right by my side.
The music's getting louder, but all I hear is you.
Every fear I carried is softer when you move.
When we move as one, nothing feels undone. Every step we take feels like coming home. When your heart beats close to mine, the years just melt away in this slow dance. We choose to stay.
If I lose my courage,
I will hold you still.
if the world grows colder,
I will love you still.
when we move as one under moonlight's glow, every scar we carry
Starts to let go. When your hand is in my hand, there's nothing left to prove in this slow dance.
we become the true stay with me.
We said goodbye in winter with words we didn't mean. Two hearts afraid of breaking, two souls too proud to lean.
We walked in separate directions through seasons of regret, but somehow every sunrise whispered we weren't done yet.
Time didn't erase us, it only made us see. We found our way back through the dark and through the doubt, through every lonely night we thought we'd live without. We found
Some loves burn like fire, bright but fade away. Some hearts chase the lightning, but never learn to stay. We were never perfect, we were never flawless, but every time we fell apart, we found our way across it. Love is in a moment, it's a choice we make each day. This is the love that stays, through the fear and through the flame, through the nights we lost our way and still call each other's name. This is the love that stands when the world begins to shake. Not a dream that disappears, but a vow we choose to make. You don't need forever, spoken like a prayer. You just need someone who will still be there when beauty fades and silence grows, when nothing else feels sure. Love is what remains. Let the years come, let them change us. We will bend but never break up. This is the love that stays, through every rising tide, through the shadows of our doubts, with your hand in mine. This is the love that lasts, not because it's easy, but because we chose to hold on completely. This is the I remember the first time I saw you were laughing in the light. I didn't know that moment would change the rest of my life.
We were young and uncertain, we didn't know where we'd go,
But every step we stumbled through only made our love grow. We've had our doubts, we've had our fears,
but somehow we're still standing here.
on this day I choose you, not because it's easy, not because it's new,
But because through every season
I still believe
Flowers are still on the table, the candles burn down low. Your dress is hanging by the window, morning light begins to glow. The music's gone, the guests have left, the world is quiet now. It's just your hand inside of mine, no spotlight, no crowd.
Last night we said forever,
today we start to live it.
this is the morning after love. No roses falling from above,
Just you and me in ordinary life.
this is the promise after vows. Not louder, but deeper now. No grand parade, just staying by your side.
This is the love that stays after Valentine fades.
We don't need the perfect picture, we don't need the perfect line.
We just need the way you look at me, like I'm already yours and you are mine. The world will turn, the years will move, there'll be bills and broken days, but if we wake up next to each other, we'll always find a way.
Last night was beautiful,
But this feels even more true.
this is the morning after love.
No fireworks in the sky above, just quiet breath and sunlight on your face.
This is the life we choose, not just the words we use. No audience, just us in this space.
This is the love that stays when celebration fades. When the dress is folded, when the pictures fade, when no one's watching,
And it's just our names.
that's when love is real.
That's when it begins.
This is the morning after love, when nothing needs to prove. We already know what we're holding on to. This is the love that stays through simple, ordinary days. No stage, no show, just you and me. Good morning. Forever. We don't have to talk about forever. We don't have to say it loud. Your hand is resting in my hand, and that's enough right now. The city's fading in the distance, night is breathing slow. If this is all we ever have, I don't need more than this moment. Stay in this quiet, stay in this light. No need for promises tonight. Stay in this silence, close to my heart.
quiet. We've both been through the thunder, we've both been through the rain, but here beneath this window, there's no need to explain. You don't have to prove your love, you don't have to be strong. If you lean a little closer, you'll know you already belong. Stay in this quiet, stay in this place where time moves slow on your face. Stay in this breathing, soft as the night, where loving you feels right. Just stay in this quiet with me. We've said everything before, we've walked that line between goodbye. But when you look at me like this, it makes it hard to lie. There's something in your eyes tonight, not fear, not doubt, not pain, just something calm and steady, like we've both learned from the rain.
It's the way you look at me, like you already know
That I'm not walking anywhere,
I'm finally home.
it's the way you hold my hand without a word to say, like loving me is simple now in a different way.
We don't rush the future, we don't rewrite the past. We just stand a little closer and let this feeling last. No grand declarations, no fireworks or bold, just quiet understanding and a slower kind of love. It's the way you look at me that makes me wanna stay, not because I'm afraid to leave, but because I choose this
After all this time, we're still sitting here, not chasing something brighter, not running from fear. After all these years, through every wrong and right, you're still the quiet place I come back to at night. After all this time, you're still my steady ground, not the loudest love I've known, but the truest I have found. After all this time,
do. No need to prove forever, no need to make it grand. If tomorrow comes slowly, I'll still reach for your hand. After all this time, I don't need to run. If love is just a quiet room, then you're the one. After all this time, through everything we've been, loving you feels simple, and that's how love should end.
Walked 1,000 miles beside you, through days both calm and wild. I've seen the way you hold your dreams, like something pure and undefiled.
There's a question in my heartbeat that's been waiting for this night. Every step has led me here under these quiet lights.
If I tremble, it's not doubt, it's the weight of what I'm about to say. So say yes tonight, say yes to all our tomorrows, say yes to the laughter and the tears we'll borrow.
Say yes tonight, let this be where we begin. Not just loving each other,
But choosing it again and again.
I don't promise perfect days, I don't promise skies always blue, but I promise when the world feels heavy, I will stand with you.
I'll hold your hand in silence, I'll speak when you need my voice. I won't run from forever if you'll make that choice. And if your heart is racing, mine is racing too.
I don't have a kingdom, I don't have a crown. All I have is this love.
As I kneel down, will you marry me?
And you said yes tonight, and the whole world opened wide. Every fear I ever carried fell away inside.
You said yes tonight, and I've never felt so sure. From this moment forward, my heart is yours. You said yes,
And forever begins. You said yes.
and forever begins. I've replayed this moment 1,000 times in my mind. The way your smile catches light yours into mine. We've crossed through doubts and distance. We've walked through fire and rain. But every road that led me here has whispered your name. If my voice shakes, it's not from fear. It's knowing how much you mean to me standing here. I don't have perfect words, I don't have perfect plans. All I have is this heart and these trembling hands. I don't promise easy days or skies without blue. I only promise this: I will always choose you. You've seen my quiet failures. You've seen my restless nights. You never asked for someone flawless. You only asked me to try. Every time I almost ran, you were the reason I stayed. And now there's only one question left to say. I don't have a kingdom, I don't have a throne, but I have this love that's grown and grown. And here on this ground, with the world slowing down, will you marry me? You said yes, and I've never felt so alive. Like every dream I've ever had was standing right in front of my eyes. You said yes, and the fear just disappeared from this moment on. Every tomorrow starts here when I knelt before you. You lifted me higher than I've ever been. I never needed perfect words to know what my heart feels. Every road that brought me here has shown me something real. You were there in quiet moments, you were there in doubt. You held my hand through storms when I was walking out. I don't stand here as a hero, I stand here as your man. Walk beside me through every changing year, through every fear we face, through laughter and through tears. Walk beside me when the night feels long, when the world feels heavy, when we feel strong. Just walk beside me. I don't promise golden days, I don't promise endless light, but I promise when you stumble, I'll be standing at your side. When the years begin to show in silver strands of hair, I'll still reach for your hand like it's the first time I was there. stood still. Every dream I've ever held suddenly felt real. You said yes, and I've never been so sure. From this day forward, we'll walk this road together. Not ahead of you, not behind, just beside. Come too far to call it chance. Too many nights to call it fate. Every step that led us here was worth the wait. I've seen you in your quiet strength. I've seen you when you broke. You never asked for fairy tales, you only asked for hope. And tonight my heart is louder than it's ever been before. So here I am, down on one knee, with everything I am laid honestly. No silver throne, no grand parade, just this ring and the love we've made. You held me through my restless days. You stayed when I was unsure. You saw the man I wanted to be before I was mature. Every fear I ever carried feels smaller standing here, because the only thing that matters is whether you'll stay near. I don't promise perfect mornings or nights without mistakes, but I promise when the world feels heavy, I won't walk Will you be my wife? And you said yes, and the sky opened wide. Every doubt I ever had fell quietly aside. You said yes, and my heart finally knew every road I've ever walked was leading me to you. Down on one knee, you lifted me. There were days I wasn't certain where my life was meant to go, but every time you smiled at me, it felt like home. You never tried to change me, you only helped me grow. And somewhere in your quiet love I found what I didn't know, that forever isn't distant, it's standing here tonight. I'm placing
right here in your hands. Every hope I've ever carried, every fragile plan, I'm giving you my lifetime, all the dreams I understand. Will you hold my future in your hands? I watched you fight your battles, I watched you stand so strong. And every time you doubted yourself, you proved yourself wrong. If love is built in moments and promises we keep, then every step beside you is the only vow I need. I don't need the world to witness, I don't need applause, I only need your heartbeat answering this Will you marry me? Marry me? And you said yes, and I felt the years unfold. Every fear I ever had turned into gold. You said yes, and nothing felt unclear. With your hand in mine, there's nothing left to fear. My future is here.
When you knelt down before me, the world just faded away. I saw the years behind us and the ones we haven't made. My hands began to tremble, my breath was hard to find. Every silent prayer I whispered was standing here alive. I never needed silver, I never needed gold, I only needed someone who would never let me go. So yes, I will walk with you through every rising dawn, through every night that feels too long, until the end of time has gone. Yes, I will stand with you in sunlight and in rain, in a house of stone or a house of clay. It will feel the same if all we have is love. Then love is more than enough. If the ring upon my finger is diamond or just plain, it will shine the same forever, because it holds your name. If we live in quiet corners or in halls of shining light, I will hold your hand the same way every single night. I don't need a kingdom, I don't need applause, oh, I just need the promise of your arms. I've dreamed of this moment, but never like this, not with tears in my eyes and a trembling kiss. I've loved you in silence, I've loved you in fear, and now every heartbeat is crystal clear.
Yes.
Yes, I will walk I've already won. Take my hand, let's begin.
The chandeliers are fading, but you're the only light I see. Your head is resting on my shoulder, like this is where you're meant to be.
I lean a little closer,
So only you can hear my wife,
my love.
I'm right here.
Your hand moves slowly with me across this polished floor.
And when you call me softly, I don't need anything more.
I whisper back against you,
So quiet, almost shy.
my husband, don't let go tonight.
The music turns around us, the world begins to blur,
There's nothing else that matters.
but the way we are. Stay in my arms tonight. Let the violins play slow. We don't need the crowd around us. They don't need to know. Stay in this dance with me. Let the evening drift away.
If this is forever,
Let it feel this way. We've seen the storm roll over. We felt the weight of years, but every time I hold you, the world disappears.
I've watched your strength in silence. I've seen you bend but stand.
And every time you pull me close, I understand.
My love,
I'm here,
through every year.
right here. Stay in my arms tonight, where nothing feels too far. Just your breath against my neck and my hand against your heart.
Stay in this moment now.
Let the music slowly fade. This is how we end our days, and let us always sway.
My wife,
My husband,
just us.
where crystal chandeliers unfold. I hold you as the violins turn silver into gold. The world beyond these walls be a rise and fall in time, but here within your quiet breath I have found what's mine. We have walked through seasons when hope was worn and thin, yet every storm that shook our ground only drew us in. And now your hand in mine feels sacred, calm and sure. When I call you my wife, it sounds like something pure. Not a fleeting spark,
not a fleeting spark,
not a passing flame,
not a passing flame,
but a vow the years cannot unname. Stay with me beneath these lights, where love stands tall and clear. Let every step we take tonight outshine our former fear. Stay with me through every dawn, through winter's frost and spring. For in your eyes I see a crown no earthly gold could bring.
I am yours.
In every turning year,
The music bends around us
like silk against the air,
and every whispered promise
finds its meaning there. If time should mark our faces with silver lines of grace,
I will still
behold the dawn within your face. Should the stars fall silent,
should the stars fall silent,
should the heavens dim their flame,
should the heavens dim their flame,
my heart would still rise at the sound of your name.
stay with me,
Stay with me beneath these lights.
stay with
Let the violins declare
your side.
Endless night,
You are my forever.
Take my hand, my love. Let the world fall far behind. Rest your heart against my chest. Leave your trembling fears to mine.
The night may turn uncertain, the years may test our flame, but every storm that finds our door will know my name.
Lean on me in every season. Let my strength become your shield. If the road grows dark before us, I will never leave the field. I don't promise skies unbroken, I don't promise endless spring, but I promise you my life in everything. If the oceans rise, if the mountains fall, I will stand beside you through it all. Take my hand, my love. Let me lead you through the night, through the thunder and the silence, through the fading of the light. Take my hand, my love. Let forever start tonight. I am proud to call you mine, my wife.
my wife, your light. When silver crowns your hair and time has marked your face, I will still behold the sunrise in your grace. No castle built of marble, no diamond ring so rare could ever shine as brightly as the love we share.
If your heart should break one day, I will carry every shard. If the world should turn away, I will guard you with my heart. Stay my hand, my love.
Oh, let the heavens hear our vow.
Every breath I ever take belongs to you now. Take my hand, my love.
Oh, through the fire, through the flood,
There is no greater honor than to call you my love.
walk with me
Forever.
I remember how you held me like the world could fall away, like nothing else could touch us in the quiet of that day. I was young and I was fearless, but I didn't understand that love is more than moments. It's the courage just to stand. Even when the nights grow colder, even when the lights grow dim, there's a fire that keeps on burning deep within. And love still rises higher than the fear inside, higher than the waves that try like a promise in my hand. Time can take the golden summer, turn the leaves from green to flame, but it cannot steal the echo of your name. Even when the sky grows heavy, even when the stars don't stay, there's a truth that keeps on calling through the gray. Love still rises higher than the broken years, higher than the silent tears that tried to wash us clean. Love still rises stronger than the storm we knew. Every road leads back to you. It lives in me. If the night should last forever, if the dawn refuses light, I will hold your memory like a flame against the night, and I will not surrender to the dark that tries to win. Love still rises brighter than the falling rain, brighter than the weight of pain that once pulled me apart. Love still rises over every broken line, over space and over time. It lives, it flies, it never dies, it never dies. Love still rises. I remember how you held me like the world could fall away, like nothing else could touch us in the quiet of that day. I was young and I was fearless, but I didn't understand that love is more than moments. It's the courage just to stand, even when the nights grow colder, even when the lights grow dim. There's a fire that keeps on burning deep within. Love still rises higher than the fear inside, higher than the waves that try to pull us under with the tide. Love still rises through every fall, through every scar. No matter how far we are, it shines, it shines. If tomorrow takes your shadow from the doorway where you stand, I will still feel your heartbeat like a promise in my hand. Time can take the golden summer, turn the leaves from green to flame, but it cannot steal the echo of your name. Even when the sky grows heavy, to